Hello again. We're carrying on with the saga from the Jersey Rally with the damage to the engine from the dropped valve. I thought I'd got away with it quite lightly. I've packaged the head up, sent it to the UK. Andy's had a look at it and he said half the valve spring is missing. So, got to find the other half. We can't have that rattling about. Hopefully it's in one piece and in the sump or on its way down to the sump. What I did last night was I stripped everything off the engine. So there's two screwdrivers on the engine mounts. Once I pull them out, that's free to come out then. So I've got to pop the engine out, turn it upside down, get the sump off and have a look and see. Hopefully there'll be half a valve spring in there. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I don't know. I would have thought, I don't know what to expect. So just need to find this valve spring. I presume, these are waterways that go down from the head to the block. And I think that's an oil way, and I think that's an oil way. So I've had a look down there with a torch, but it just goes into the sump. And because it's a dry sump, it's very shallow. So what I did was I drained the water out, the oil out the engine, and I went through it with the magnet pen. And we came across some bits of metal. I'll put a picture up now, and ended up I hadn't got a clue what it was. It looked like a tiny little necklace. It was so small, but Andy said it's the collet spring, the one that goes around the collet. So I presume the collet's was in there all destroyed or whatever, getting mashed about. Right, let's go and get this out. Oh yeah, I've got a nice white towel, just been washed as well. So that's going on the floor when I turn the engine over. So I'll be able to see if anything does come out of it. I should be able to find it, because I think that's, we're not going to worry about a towel. I want to get this engine sorted out. I'm feeling a bit panicky now. Right, that's the engine out. So I can't believe how much water came out of it. It holds quite a bit. But it's better to come out now. There's still going to be quite a bit in it, so when I turn it upside down, it's not going to come out. I have got an engine stand, but it's got an engine on it, and it's out there. And to get it in here would be, I'd have to get the crane out there, and that would be an absolute nightmare. I'll spend half a day doing that. Right, new pair of gloves. I'll get it on the floor, flip it over, take the sump off, and hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Right, I've given the sump a swirl round and you've got a few bits out of it. So it's quite hard to get the bits out. I can hear bits rattling about, but they don't seem to be rattling about anymore. I think I need to get the whole sump flushed out. Maybe put it through the dishwasher or warm it up, or just keep rinsing it, put a hose through it and filter whatever comes out so I can see what is coming out. I'm a bit out of my depth here because I don't really know what I'm doing, and you can see that the crank has gone like blue around where the rods go and where the big end bearings are, but is that normal? I have no idea. So what I'll do is I'm going to take all this off the front, the alternator and pulleys, get the filter off, take the flywheel and clutch off, just make it a bit more manageable. I'm going to have to get new belts and filter, and I'm purely relying on Jonesy because I don't know. This is his forte. So I just send him pictures, and I know he's busy, so I'll just carry on stripping and wait to see what he comes back with. Right, we've got the sump off. I've given it a flush. I was going to take the crank pulley off so I can get the belt off. I've marked it where the belt was, and just so I could get it back in the same place. But I've had the rattle gun on the crank bolt, and it's a bit reluctant to come off, so I don't know if it's reverse thread. I wouldn't have thought so. But anyway, I don't want to do anything to create more damage than needs to be. It might not even need to come off. So I think I'll just have to wait and see what Jonesy comes back with. I've sent him a video. I'm a bit concerned about the bluing of the crank, but I'm going to Google that now and see if that's normal, or I would have thought if it's got that hot, it would have done some damage to the bearings. Maybe that was from being ground, or I don't know. Like I say, I don't really know much. Right, I think I'll wait for Joan to get back to me. Right, I've been right through it. I've got it on an engine stand because it was a lot easier than you're going to get to half of it on the floor. I've got the brake cleaner and I've had it upside down. I've sprayed down all the oil ways that return the oil back to the sump. I've been through, when it was upside down, all the pistons were floor oil, so I've been through them in the magnet to see what was in it. This towel was clean when I started, so anything that comes out of the engine goes onto the towel. So there's a couple of tiny little bits of metal that have gone into them there. I think that's one there. But I've managed to save most of the metal. I think that's going to be more than a 40-degree wash, that towel. Right, the sump, I've rinsed it with brake cleaner. I've sprayed compressed air into it. It's very difficult to get into to clean. You've only got small gaps where the oil goes down. And when I took it off, I could hear something rattling about in there. But that's come out now. I'm waiting for it to dry so I can give it a good shake and see if there's anything else loose in there. I mean, I've flushed it, compressed aired it, I've done all sorts to try and make sure there's nothing in there. So the bits that came out of the engine, the little bits are off the stem seal. These are bits of the spring. So I'm presuming the damage was done when it was under the bucket and the cam was whacking it up and down onto the collet. So I don't know what's in the head. I don't know. Jonesy just messaged me and said we need to find the rest of the valve spring. I can't see it making its way through the gauze on the filter into the pump. The filters, it's got a really fine mesh. The these bits of mesh go right through the bottom of the sump from one side to the other. So the only way the oil can get through it is to go through that mesh on either of those, and I can't see any small bits getting through that. So I think the oil pump's going to be all right, and the dry sump tank, but I'll flush them out anyway, just to make sure. There's not a lot else I can do. I'm totally reliant on Andy because he's the expert, and I sort of leave it up to him, and if he tells me to do something, I'll do it. So he's on about nipping over to build it up for me. I mean, I was going to go to the UK to pick the head up, so I might suggest me coming over and bringing this over. I was going over in November to go to the NEC Classic Car Show because I've never been. I've always fancied it, but I need to get this back in there ready for South Downs, which begins in December. So we've got 6 weeks. I mean, it shouldn't take too long to do, but it all depends. I've got to speak to Andy and see what's what and what we need and how bad the head is. I've not really spoken to him since he's had it. So I think I'll leave this here and we'll pick it up when I've got a bit more information.